Those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Hey, welcome to the Chris and Nina Real Estate Podcast. I am Chris.
Hi, I'm Nina. Good evening.
And we are out and about. We're about to have a company dinner and then later a party. But before we do that, we came to give you updates on our real estate business and the real estate world. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me today. We're a little bit in a different place.
We switched it up a bit.
Yeah, we're trying to be interesting.
Exactly. You know, look at all those cuts. You looking all brolic. You drinking milk?
Drinking milk, yes. I'm drinking milk.
Yeah.
Oat milk.
Oat milk, all right.
I've been trying to change it to oat milk lately. We're trying to, really keep it healthy and something that will continue to get you going, not have you put asleep. Or in any way or form get you tired. So we're definitely up and running.
I just be doing almond milk.
It's very, you know what? I tried almond milk. I feel like it's very, very thin.
Yeah.
And not white enough in my coffee. But when you wake up in the morning and you're ready to go to work, you really want to ensure that you don't have any heavy breakfast because that puts you right to sleep and gets you so tired. I'm really trying to have my surrounding also do the same as me. At least I try.
Right.
In terms of starting to, get healthy.
Right.
It's
so
fun
you
when
got
you have
the
more
fitness.
people with you.
Yeah, it is. It is. The hardest part is
fitness,
the eating. The fitness is a key component.
Yes.
But the nutritional part, that's the challenging for most, right? How do you
For sure.
work the,
Listen,
no more kosher donuts?
No, hello, except for those Hanukkah donuts, which I love and can't wait for.
Apple cider, right? Apple cider
If they
donuts.
had them in the middle, well, thankfully they don't sell them in the middle of the year. But dude, Hanukkah donuts are the best. I could have like 3 at a time, no joke.
Wow.
So thankfully we don't have them in the middle of the year. Anyways, back to the routine. I feel like since I've started driving those around me into the routine together with me, they've been doing so much better. And I know, Chris, you and I don't really see each other so much overall in this real estate world. You're out and about start to finish.
And you're like a night owl. You're there in the evening, and I'm not in the office at the evening. I'm working on switching that though.
But I'm not a morning type of person.
Yeah, I'm up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's like just a different type of person. So I just feel like if you, okay, fine, you go to sleep late, at least eat well, try to sleep well, work out as much as you can.
Yeah.
I don't work out every day, but the little that I do, I try to maintain. I'm not gonna share that.
Anyway, I was up so early today. I caught the red sun. I thought I was on Krypton. It was crazy. I was like, yeah. And
they say don't look at it directly though. They
oh
say that it hurts your
man,
eyes.
I took pictures. I was looking, everything. I don't know. Pray for me, guys. I don't know, but I was out there. It is rehab season, and I've been in so many rehab projects this week. It's crazy. How was your week?
It was good. I've been also in a few of those. I guess we don't advertise them as much as we advertise the listings.
Right.
It's not something so pleasant to see. So you really look at the beautiful kitchens and the open layouts, the bedrooms, the finished product, rather than the messy hallway and the broken down roof or the hole in the floor.
I don't know, man. So I've been posting my work. Like I just started really posting what I do when I'm out and what I see, what I go through. Like sometimes I should wear like a hazmat suit. It's like I'll be in houses that y'all just smell smoke. This week, I've been smelling smoke for weeks. Like these houses are disgusting. So I did videos because I call it like home ownership abuse, right? How do you let these beautiful homes turn into nightmares?
It's just unfortunate situations.
Yeah.
Those are hardships, neglections,
divorces.
Unfortunate situations that people come across, and we see it everywhere. And again, we don't put it out there as much as we do listings. But you know what? I know you shared it a few times this week.
Yeah.
And I actually got so much feedback.
Okay.
People ask me, what is this? Where is it? Why is it like that? How do you get to those like houses like this? And what the hell do you do with them from that? So
you save money.
So you know what? Now that you call that remark, explain it. How do you feel?
Listen, you take an ugly duckling and you turn it into a princess, right? And because most people don't know what to do with an ugly duckling, you're going to get a decent price.
Yeah.
Right? So the name of the game, if you're an investor and you're not going to live in the property, is buy low, sell high. How do you get a low priced home? Well, you get a home that nobody wants, a home that's burnt down, a home that has to be torn down, a home that is obsolete. So that's where I've been on a mission. That's what I've been seeing all week.
Yeah, because it's not only the work that needs to get done.
Right.
You also get a lower price for that house because you have to come and put your time into fixing that house.
Right.
You're also putting the effort to fix that house, the money to fix that house, and things need to be worth it, meaning you need to then search what's the best option for you, whether you're going to hire a local contractor, if you're going to go with subs, if you're going to try to do it yourself even, you have to do it right from the start. But when it's massive, it's not even up to you. You have to involve the DOB, HPD, ECB. Blah,
well,
blah, blah.
Before we even get to that, right? We jumped so far into the business. I'm like, we just go at it, right? We love real estate. We're passionate.
You're supposed to speak
right?
Personal.
But listen,
but personal is work.
I know.
Like.
I want you guys to check. John Travolta has an amazing mansion. I want you guys to check this out. John.
Say what you wanna say, I won't go back. If you wanna hit the road, then let's go then. Let's just go and see the world and just show them what it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, cause we're golden. They can never break us down, cause we're golden.
Oh, hey. Listen, that was a beautiful theme-based mansion, right? So, Nina.
Do we make commission off of that video? If we get a buyer?
Yeah, guys, hit us up. So, Nina, if you were to have 30, 40, 50 acres of land and created your own theme-based mansion, what would you come up with? Like, that was the airport that he had.
It happens to be that I like him a lot, to know his history and habits, and I know that one of his favorite hobbies are flying.
Yeah.
You know, he could fly planes. So obviously he has, a landing port. I would probably have a landing port for a helicopter. I was actually discussing it this week, and some of the individuals who were with me, they were laughing so hard because imagine, like, you have to fly from, one point to another in all of the New York City, not even New York State. Like, you have so much distance to fly that when you drive, it could take you up to 2 hours.
So you would.
Crazy.
So how many helicopters would you? So it would be like a helicopter theme. So you got like 4 or 5 of them.
Now, all jokes aside, I think I would have, if I lived far out from places that I work.
Right.
I would want a landing place for a helicopter. And what else I would place in there? I mean,
I thought you would have more like a car mansion where you just have these like $500,000 to $1 million cars based on like, no.
It doesn't do that to me. I have one good car.
Okay.
That's all I need for myself.
So why not a spaceship? A spaceship themed mansion. Like,
I'm afraid of heights.
No. Just the house would be a spaceship.
Too much.
Too much?
Attention getter. What do you need all that attention?
Because that's what I'm saying. That's exotic. What do you have is exotic. I'm not being realistic. I'll be just like, not just any old home, just like a luxury where the outside looks like a luxury car.
What I would actually have? I would have a train track going around the house.
Okay.
For the children. That's cool.
But they grow up.
Then you can come and use it. You're a child.
See, for me, I would have a moat all around, and I would take a cruise ship, and empty it out and turn the cruise ship into my mansion.
I would build an underground bunker.
Oh, now that is cool. I forgot what show I saw a show like that.
That I think we should all try to have and maintain, because it feels like in any time something could happen in this world. I mean, what the hell happened yesterday?
I know, right? You underground, you don't gotta worry about
that?
no smog and no smoke and no.
Like, think about it. No one would ever think that something like this is possible.
Yeah.
You know, like you think about diseases, weather, crime, accidents, God forbid. But it's not something that you expect to have the air polluted, the fire hazard, the smoke detection, what's up. So you don't know what could happen at any given time. So if you could, you should put together a bunker. But again, it has to be so extremely lower underground and go and do it and ensure that it's strong enough not to collapse.
See,
and fill it up with food and take the food down there.
I would put like a shack where people drive and think it's like condemned or something, and you go in the shack and you slide down into the bunker, and next thing you know, you got like an arcade room, a bowling alley, tennis courts. I would get crazy with it. I'll be underground. I would probably even have my own supermarket underground.
You also need support for all that, you know.
Yeah. But like I said, we just talking imaginary, but you never know the reality intent. What we're doing to this planet, Lord knows, we might have to be underground, because
I would for sure go for a bunker, like a huge one.
Yeah. Now last week we spoke about DJ Envy, and he spoke this week, and he said he doesn't.
He did? I missed it.
He said he doesn't owe anybody money. It's his business partner Caesar that needs to come out and speak, but he cleared the air. He doesn't owe anybody money. Nobody's coming after him for money. And he said what I said is because he's famous, and bringing his name up will garner the attention and make somebody's threats more valid. But it's not true that he's being investigated. It's not true that he owes anybody money, from his words. That's what he said. But it's the game we play in the society where you gotta, use somebody's reputation against them to garner attention for whatever beef that this person had with his partner Caesar.
Wow.
So it's the way it is in this business.
I mean, he has to make a sound if he has people that he works with day to day, so people can continuously trust him and work with him.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you can't help it, because if it's a partnership and your partner does something, it drags you into that same spot.
Right.
So unfortunately, things like that happen. But it's important. That's why it's important to have insurances.
Yes.
Speaking of insurances, nowadays, new agents who come in, we make sure that they are covered. We don't have anyone just coming in and starting work. Just like you run a background check on them, see where they're coming from and what they're up to and what their plans are. You also want to ensure that they're covered, because you don't know what wrongdoing they could do, and it's under you.
Speaking of wrongdoing, this week, ESSA Bank and Trust had a $3 million settlement with the feds over redlining charges. You know what redlining? You want to inform them what redlining?
So redlining is when you intentionally move purchasers to specific areas rather than others. You keep one type of person from another by making them purchase a home, preferably in one place than another. Right.
And in real estate, that is a no-no. As agent, broker, if we get caught, we lose our license and pay a hefty fine. So they lucked out on $3 million. It probably should have been more, but it's not good business etiquette to do that to anyone. What do you say, Nina?
No, very bad. So in terms of like redlining, right? I found people who do it within the neighborhoods, within themselves, meaning they send over people intentionally from their own kind to purchase it, even if they don't want it. Right. But then once they purchase it, they don't really close on it, meaning once they purchase it, they go into contract, and they don't really close on it. They try to sell it to someone within the community. Right. That's why they don't let realtors in. Yeah. So pretty shady business.
Yeah, it is. It is. But
Very unfortunate.
it is, and thank God that that lawsuit happened, and hopefully we can have better balance in the business for everyone.
Yeah.
It's
Depends
difficult.
the type of business. Listen, it's all
Yeah.
up to you.
Yeah.
Even it's just like a salesperson chooses to go to one brokerage rather than another. What's
Right.
the difference? There's no
Right.
difference. It's all up to you.
Yeah.
People don't get it. You need to do the right thing wherever you go, however you do it right from the start. And there's no reason for you to ever not sleep good at night. So just get it right from the start.
Exactly.
And stop the BS.
So listen, I own homes, you own homes. What's the most satisfying part besides getting a commission, besides listing or marketing? What do you enjoy most in this business?
Honestly,
Yeah.
when they thank me after everything. People can say, "Oh, she's such a con artist or a BS artist or whatever." No, I genuinely enjoy
Yes.
this the most because the worst thing for me, honestly speaking, like the worst thing that could happen is when they're not satisfied after they just closed on the house, because right away they assume they screwed me.
Right.
They told me something without me realizing that this, and that. I had a similar situation where she thought that her roof was new. Why would you think your roof is new? It says newly renovated, it's not new construction. And then the inspection that she did clearly specified that she was getting a house that was renovated. So that was very, very intense. Like to wake up in the morning and to see a whole thing.
Yes.
I can't believe it. I expected this, that, and the third. And now this company doesn't want to do that on my roof. She wanted to do solar. Long story short, they told her about the roof. It's very, very intense. And then who do they come to? Us, the agents.
Right.
So it's so exhausting when you do so much to keep them satisfied, to go through everything with them, be their psychologist and their friend and their realtor simultaneously, to wake up in the morning to a text like, "Oh, you guys screwed me."
But that's why
so wrong.
That's why we have to go to the gym. That's why we have to work out. There's all this energy that we have to shake it off, and just get up and fight another day and get out there and get the next deal and get the next client.
Don't make me show you my muscles.
Yeah, go again. I'm telling you, we got over 100,000 views last time. Nah. But listen,
Oh, look, the light makes me show like I have.
If you're an agent out there or investor, there's great days, but there are many days where you feel like the ceiling is falling, and we're not just talking in your property. It's just, so in this business, we have to shake it off. We have to get back up.
Sure.
I know you have mentors or people that you speak to and confide in that can lift your spirits. And because I'm going to tell you this, I was down one day. I came to, I don't know, she gave me some Rocky speech. Next to I was up at like 3 a.m. getting ready to take over the world.
Yes, and that's why people want to be next to you. Because if you're like that, people are going to want to be next to you if you're inspiring, if you're motivating, if you give a good suggestion, even a positive opinion, or just the smallest suggestion that may have saved you either hours or saved your deal. They'll remember you.
Yes.
And it's very, very important that you know who you work with.
Yes.
If you have good people working with you, and you know that, okay, if I'm going to fix his situation, he's going to want to continue working, so it's not something that you want to do and run away, and for them to never find out or to look for you after. You want them to continue. If you do something good, they continuously come to you. Not looking for people to come to me. Point is, we work together, and we're not a one-man show. We always need the teamwork. Teamwork
makes the dream work. And for every person out there that has good fortune, there's 5 people that need our help, that say, "Oh man, I don't know how I'm going to get this sold," or "Oh my God, I don't know what to do with this house," or there's just so many different situations that we have to stay positive in an industry that can eat you up sometimes. Sometimes you can have a great morning.
But I don't like when people say that. Like a lot of people go behind people's back, and there's no reason for that. There's so much business out there. There's absolutely so much to do. Come over, I'll show you how much there is to do.
Exactly.
My phone is blowing up just from people waiting for me to even give them my opinion, if not, a suggestion on price, or someone that simply wants to sell his home. There's so much to do. You don't need to be fighting for nothing, because after all, they not only they kill the messenger, right?
Yep.
Sometimes you just find yourself in beef with something that's not even worth it.
Right.
There's so much to do.
And like you said, with some of these homes, like when people going through divorces, they neglect. I was in a home that no one lived in for 10 years, right? A mansion. It was huge, and it was bigger than the mansions we have. It was ridiculous. Indoor glass encased pool that looks terrible. It made me want to cry. Like, how do you let this turn to garbage? Everything is just garbage.
And that's something that they just let the bank take over.
Right, because going through a divorce, going through situation, and unfortunately, divorce is ugly. People just really ruin nice things because you're not going to get it. No, you're not going to get it. And while they're fighting, the house is being terrorized by animals. That's the scariest part, too. I get to it later. Going through some of these homes by myself.
And you know what?
The wildlife.
Even if you have, some people neglect their homes, even if they have the smallest problem, like if they have a leak or stuff like that. If you are aware of anyone who needs help, there is insurance. You don't always have to be out of pocket.
Right.
You can obviously reach out to us and we'll help you every step of the way. But you really need to be aware of your options. Yes. People miscommunicate and pick the wrong options because they have no one to, go to. So the options are there. The help is provided to those who need it. Just use it.
Another thing, how much clothes you keep in your car? I change.
Clothes?
Yes, clothes. Because sometimes you go on
2 blazers because.
Right. You go on an appointment. You don't know. Sometimes you walk up and you're like, oh no, you're not wearing your shoes and that. You're gonna put on your boots, right? You're gonna put on your hard hat because you're gonna walk through some spider webs. And there's some houses I got to put my mask on because you got killer mildew, I call it.
Yeah. Sure.
So sometimes. And then I had a house today where this woman had like mountain lion cats. And I have allergies, and I was
allergic to cats?
Yes. And I forgot my mask in the car, y'all. She probably thought I had COVID or something. I was sneezing, I was huffing and puffing. That cat was huge. I think it worked out. It had like I should have took a picture of the cat. It had like muscles. I was like, man, this cat is scary. God, and it kept following me. Like, it wasn't like.
I think you need some water.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I had a moment, guys. It was.
No, listen, being allergic to animals, that's no joke. Thankfully, I'm not allergic to anything,
right.
But I definitely sneeze, and I went to homes where the water was literally like right here, falling and touching the hair, almost on me, but I had no other space. I was sitting there with the homeowner, and it just was dripping. And I'm standing like this, and I'm talking to him, just waiting for this moment to end because he didn't want to go outside. It's just freezing. The situations that we go through for business can help us.
I know. I was in a house where it had those. So Caribbean people buy these blue bins and store food and send it back home to the Caribbean, or store goods or whatever it is, like supplies. I'm in the house, and it was raining, and the bins were catching the water, and it was like 7 of them. And this was over in Far Rockaway. I was like, how do you? Like, it made me so sad. And I didn't record homes then, but I would have been too sad to record, because most of the homes that are in bad condition like that, nobody lives in. But in this home in particular, it was just like I wanted to cry. I was like, how do you sleep? How do you eat? What do you do in this house? Then another home, they had kids, and then under the carpet, they had storage because the floor was broken. So they had storage underneath the carpet, and then they had spiders just chilling, while the kids run around. And it was like, hey, you want something to eat? I was like, no, I don't know. You want some water? No, I'm good. I evaluated that house so fast. I just like, and sometimes like I just want to run home and just take a shower with all my clothes on.
Show,
yeah.
This is what we need in the business. Not to get famous, but just to show and to share and to be able to explain ourselves if, what brings us to certain situations.
Yeah.
But really, that's something so crazy that we go through, like being in people's houses, because being in people's houses is not easy.
Not only that, and then I've come into circumstances where people are losing their homes, and one woman husband pulled me aside and was like, if you ever come back to this house, I'll kill you. I was like, all right, you have a good night. I'm out of here. I'm like, I'm not dying for this business, man.
No.
And then I've had people chase me in their cars. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you blah, 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 blah? Man, but these are the war stories. You have the good, you have the bad, you have the ugly. It's never a dull moment in this business, right, Nina? Like when you're dealing with a lot of money.
I saw an appraisal at gunpoint.
Wow.
I just approached to a house to give him access, and I needed to save him. Like I literally screamed that people are coming. I walked up to the house. I'm talking maybe 100 feet from the house. From far, I see that the appraisal is approaching the gate. He walks in. All of a sudden, the guy waited for him to step into the property line.
Yeah.
The guy opens up the door, grabs him, flips him against the door, and puts a gun right on top of his head.
Wow.
I see it from far, and I'm like, guys, like I didn't know what to do. I was so scared. It happened to have been an appraisal that I knew, like some dude that I kept on seeing in the business. So that was insane. I took a break for like a week. I was in La La Land. I was really, really scared.
Yeah.
Not fun. I mean, we have all types of situations. We have huge dogs coming at us. And one time I had 2 Rottweilers running towards me.
Wow.
And I think dogs like me, but these 2 dogs just ran to me. And
were you in heels or were you in sneakers?
The first instinct that I had to do was like, hey, dog is a good dog. And then that's how they really didn't eat me alive.
Wow.
I was shaking, but I was still like, I was really, really afraid. That was a really intense moment in my life. I think I lost like 5 years.
Oh my God.
That was really scary. Since then, it happened to me quite a few times, but at least I knew how to handle it.
You got to carry some Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I carry some Febreze. Sometimes I put like a dryer sheet in my mask because I'm telling you, these houses be because the mold it's just crazy. It's crazy. And then on top of that, you have animal feces, like because sometimes they get in the house and they start. That's why sometimes like my head is on a swivel because you go into these homes, you don't know. And a lot of times, like some of them are HUD homes where I have the keys, where I go in and open up. A lot of them are boarded up. So your homes that you see that are boarded up, that you don't know what the inside looks, right? But I was surprised one day. I was in Brooklyn and I thought I was going to this boarded up home. I was changing my jeans, changing my shoes, getting ready to go in the mud. Walked in, everything was renovated. And the guy was like, you like it? I was like, yes. You offer me something to drink? And I drank it. But he had everything renovated. He just kept it boarded because nobody's going to rob that home. Nobody's going to, he's selling it. So he wanted to, and so it fooled me because the last thing he probably needs to do is fix the outside, but the inside was immaculate. That was, I was in that house for a little bit. And so from now on, I'm starting to create videos of the work that I do, of the homes that are going, maybe even some of the people that I work with on these different projects. And boy, are they projects. And there's a lot of work. Listen, don't ever lose hope on finding a deal. There's a lot of deals out here. There's a lot of dilapidated homes, right? And then, like we said, people pass away for whatever reason. There's deals out there. Please contact us. We'll hook you up. But listen, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
And yes, I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Hi, I'm welcoming you today to our latest exclusive here at 222 Echo Place in the Bronx. This is a 44-unit building offered to you, and I wanted to bring you over to take a look at some really nice views. We're just minutes away from Jersey, right by the George Washington Bridge. By the way, we're 5 minutes away from the Yankee Stadium. Take a look around. Hi, welcome back.
Hey,
Welcome back.
welcome back to the Chris and Nina Real Estate Podcast. So, I can't give the address, but I can show you some of the interior work that I've been inspecting. So this video here is
Will
a
it
huge.
still be available though?
Is available for sale.
So
if you want to
reach
know
out to him
more,
for
reach
the
out.
address.
Yes. It's a huge project. So here's the video.
We still here.
No, that work is already sold. It's the next video.
Hi.
Hey,
Okay, so we're back.
so welcome
Wow.
back. So
That
listen,
was
and that was
sad.
and that's the abbreviated version. I didn't even get to the pool that has to be removed. The house, that's like a ranch style mansion, right? That also has a single family home next to it as a like where you can have your maid and your housekeeper. You got the whole cleaning
like a
crew.
little guest house?
Right, yes. And then the pool house has a house, like, and then there's like an attached garage on the left side, an attached garage on the right side. I was there for it took me a half an hour to do what I needed to do. And just to summarize what needs to be done, everything you're buying the land. You're not even that home is no good. Everything has to be torn down, removed. Single family torn down, removed next to it. Pool has to be removed. You cannot can't save this home. You can't.
Wow, that is so unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
Like fully demolished?
Fully demolished, removed, and then you could rebuild. And what you can do, because it's only 2 stories, you could put a permit and build up to 4 stories and build a different type of mansion there. You could probably, it's not as big as that helicopter house, that airplane house, but it's a lot. It's big enough to put another mansion there.
Wow,
it's in a community, so it's like you go through the gates. Yes, you go through the gates, and then there's like 7 other houses, and then this house in particular is the last house with the most land, and it's the biggest home. And it also has its own private gate entrance after you go through the first gate entrance. So it's very exclusive.
Wow.
Very exclusive. And anyone interested, I have the outside pictures. I have everything documented. I just don't want to take up the whole show with this house in particular. But my question to you, Nina, if you were buying that home, what's the first move you make?
Go to an architect. I mean, actually, no. I would bring a very good contractor to the place,
Right.
because maybe there is a chance for me to save it and to see how I can, revive it. Not all the time you have to put a house completely down. And you know what? That's a lot of deal killers. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Right.
if you only knew how many times contractors killed deals for us because they're trying to get the work, but then they are over pricing it to get the job.
Overestimation, yes.
Like, shut up, dude. This house does not need to have $500,000 in work. $500,000, I build you a single family house that's like 30 by 30. Okay, for $500,000, I build you a 30 by 30, 3 floors with like brick oven pizza and like a second kitchen, fully equipped with 9 food doors and glass walls with a huge deck. Like, seriously, where are you coming up with these numbers?
Yeah. But I've been in this business. I've been doing evaluations for about 20 years now, and I have never seen an indoor glass pool in the where a house that has its own pool house, like with its own bathrooms, everything, and indoors, not outdoors, And
so you mean like a sunroom with a pool inside?
Yes, but a huge pool, not no small little
pool?
Like a full size pool, like a
15 by 40?
Yeah, something like a full size pool.
So a 15 by 40 pool costs to have about $45,000. Okay, a sunroom to build, that's not a part of your square footage, but it will consider to be a part of your square footage because you're putting an in-ground pool. And if you're putting an in-ground pool, that affects your taxes anyways, because that is a pool.
But then there's also, you have to, the pool is not savable. You have to remove it. The electricals are also damaged, so you have to fix that. And I didn't even go into the side house, the single family, the only regular house. I didn't even go into that. So Lord knows what you have to do there.
What about insurance? Insurance wasn't involved?
No, I don't know. I don't have information with regards to insurance. Also, I think the bank at this point has taken over this house. So
that's already too late.
Right. So it's already, that ship has sailed. Hey.
Did you say the S word?
Ship.
Oh, okay.
But if you saw that house, the IT fits for this house, it was so, and then on top of that, there's so much space in the back to do something extra if you wanted to. Like, there's a lot of land. I even think there's deer out there. I was in Glen Cove, Long Island. And so not too far away from the water.
That's where I moved initially when I came to America.
Yeah, Glen Cove is nice.
Glen Cove is awesome. Right next to Roslyn.
Yes. So okay, so the first thing you do, you said you'll contact the architect, or? So
no, I would bring a contractor to see how I can revive the house, and not necessarily to put it down.
Right.
Put it down is the easiest way to go.
Yeah.
The problem is 2 things. Well, 3 things. The problem is, number 1, you don't know if the building department will let you build the same square footage. Okay?
Yes.
In most cases, they'll have you build less. Next, your taxes change. You put up a new house, you damn straight know that your house will be so much nicer, brand new. Enjoy our land, pay up taxes. And last, what was my last thing that I wanted to say? Money. So much money.
Yes.
You know what it is to drill? If, let's say, you live near the water, you need to do piling. If you're in a rocky area like the Bronx, you need to go crazy and do similar to piling, because you have to drill into those like rocks, and even if you just build a simple basement, if you drill deep enough and still don't have water, you still want to ensure that you're putting all this money in, digging a basement. You want a French drain, a sub pump. You want to ensure that if ever you get a higher tide or the world changes with the waters, you want to be damn sure that your basement will stay dry.
Right.
So all these downsides to building a new house, no. Why do you need to? Yeah, absolutely. I understand to build a new house and to love it. It's brand new, everything's from scratch. But if you can save it, absolutely save it.
Now
That's
the good,
that's number one.
yeah, that's number one. And the good side is, let's say you want to live in this home, you get to pick and choose your flooring. You get to pick and choose how you want your walls, how do you want your ceilings, you get to create if you like that sort of options to choose how you want your house or your mansion in particular. But what's the next step? So after you figure out whether you can save it or if you have to tear it down, what's the next step?
Okay, so first I would go, like I said, to a contractor. Then I want to make sure that if we move any plumbing, electric, change of layouts, then we need to hire an architect. And then if you hire an architect, you want to hire an architect for two reasons. Number one, that the DOB will never come and tell you did something that wasn't there, and then they could blame you and put so many fees up your life. And it's, and second point for an architect to really draw the best way possible for you to change that layout, to move the plumbing, reinstall the electric, or do any other thing. Okay, so that's the architect. And then all in all, if you're already changing a house, if you're renovating, you want to look into the small details of how to put together the best house for you, where if you have children, if you have older people living with you, if you have difficulties going up the stairs, or if you need a basement or an extra closet or a huge indoor parking. If you're an OCD about your car and cleaning, you want indoor parking. And all that. So you really want to plan ahead. Know your budget. Yes. Number one thing, budget. Yes. Not all the time it's going to be worth for you to do the renovations, to build a house, to buy a house. Sometimes where you are could be the best place for you to change for your life. But if you do decide, then you have to plan a plan.
Right. And then also if you're working with an architect, working with
contractor?
No, contractor, right? Let's say you want to live in this house, but to fix the whole thing, because it's a mansion, may take some time. So you may want to map out a section that's going to be finished first so that you can move in and then have so how long do you think it would take to renovate a property of that size, a huge mansion?
What's the square footage?
I think it's about 10,000 square feet.
So there is a
interior.
There is a way to get things done faster if the architect does self-certified, meaning he certifies that you can start work right away, and that means he takes the responsibility for you to start now rather than to wait. Wait for what? For the DOB, for the building department, to approve your plans. So you don't have to wait 2-3 months for them to approve it. You can start right away if he stamps it. Now it depends on the size of the work, on on how much risk there is. Right. So that depends on that. And then what did you ask me?
The time frame to finish.
Time frame. So time frame wise, if he stamps it right away, you can right away start the work. What do? You do it in levels, in parts, right? So first, if you have to demolish the house, first you have to clean up everything. Then you want to ensure that your contractor does the cleaning, the demo, fast enough with the, oh my God, what happened to me today? With the dumpsters outside ready for you to go. You don't want them to clean up and put it in bags and leave it outside. You're going to be getting some tickets, complaints, problems, issues, dragging all the attention.
Well, this house is like I said, it's so much exclusivity. You're probably not going to get any tickets. There's no, it's in a gated community, so I doubt that sanitation is going to be able to get back to that house.
They'll get there, but let's just say it's hard to get.
No. That's where the neighbors are taking pictures from their home and they're snooping and they got detectives and they're snitching. That's how you get caught with that. Because this is so exclusive. There's no way sanitation is gonna, somebody has to drop a dime to understand what's happening with this house.
Let me tell you though something that I see so many unfortunate situations today that People don't even call and complain. The city needs so much money that it sends its people just out there and look for trouble. They go, you know where?
Brooklyn.
To the lumber yards.
Oh.
They go to the lumber yards and then they follow the pickup trucks
Mm-hmm.
and the delivery of material. So they go and check it. Very unfortunate. But back to the timing. Even the demolition of a house, if you have your contractor clean up your home, right? To clean up the mess first, you have to make sure that your contractor is so professional to know enough not to break too much. Because what if you have already electricity running in the building and they rip off the lines?
Right.
That's more work for them, more money for you. Or what if they put down a supportive wall that could put yourself in danger and then they have to run a beam? Or what if they put down whatever it is, something that could be to your own use?
Also,
be there all the time.
You don't want to hire a contractor that is your electrician and your plumber. You really don't want it. You want to have specialized, certified, because where they have insurance, if they mess up, they can pay for it. You don't want to hire a one-size-fit-all, save some money. You got Pablo from Home Depot coming through. You don't want to do that on these projects because if things do go wrong, you'll get a lawsuit, or you can't sue. If you're living in the home, you can't sue. You're just going to take a loss. And then when the insurance inspects, they see faulty wiring or faulty whatever, and they're not even going to cover you.
Right.
So make sure whoever you're hiring is hiring certified plumber, electrician to put in work so that everything is insured.
Yes. So that's number 2, architect.
Yes.
All right. So architect. After.
Oh, you didn't give a time. So what's the time frame for a complete job?
Look,
6 months?
No, that's too much. I mean, I'll tell you this.
Okay.
If you change plumbing, electric, change of layout, and you need to do new sign-off, you need to do the inspections for plumbing, electric, and
so you're saying if it's a tear down when you have to remove everything and
if they do everything brand new, then that could take about 6. Well, if you have the building department approval that you have to wait on, that's 2-3 months alone.
No, yeah.
If your contractor is if your contractor is and the money's there to support and finish, if you have a good contractor for a 4,000 square foot home, you should have a good 7 to 8 months. If the money's there, if the contractor is ready, if the subs are available, and if the work is approved by the building department, everything is running.
Yeah.
7 to 8 months.
Okay.
Then within that time frame, he prepares everything for the sign-offs, and then he books the appointments within 2-3 weeks. So all in all, should be about 9 months from start to finish.
Okay.
God willing.
Also, like I spoke about last week, there are some things like if you're ordering, like one of the mansions we have has an Italian roof where because of COVID, it took forever to get the materials.
My roof also.
Yeah, so sometimes depending on what you order, how exotic that material is.
The $8 million mansion.
Right.
2 years already we're waiting on the door.
Right. Oh yeah, you're right.
That's insane.
So there are certain instances where you're what you're asking for to be placed in this home may take longer than normal.
Yeah.
So we're just giving a general time as if you can order the generic stuff that everybody orders that you get real quick where you can build. But some material is very, very, very exclusive.
And that's why it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, a box of nails used to cost $4.99. You know how much they are today? A box of nails. I'm talking 2x3, that. $12.99.
Wow.
A box of nails.
Wow.
A box of 2-inch nails. Okay? A 2x3 box like that. $4.99.
Wow. Wow.
$4.99 already sounds expensive.
Yeah.
So imagine what it's like.
And that's just the nails. So when you add the wood and
and you used to see them on the floor, so the workers
sheetrock ain't cheap either. The price of sheetrock
insane.
I remember I redid my bathroom, and like if I would have ordered the materials 6 months prior, I probably would have saved $300-400 just in sheetrock.
When is it going to go down already? Like this inflation?
I don't, guys. Things go up, and I don't know. Even gas hasn't really. There was one point it was under $3, like under. I don't know if we're ever going to see that again, right? Like, and they're talking about something with the Middle East, and they're going to raise because they're doing something with the oil out there. So. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not trying to go into that. Yes, so, but even that, right?
You should still buy real estate, though.
But yes, because you know what? Rent goes up too, guys, right? Yeah. And the one thing is when you're paying a mortgage, you can refinance and lower your rates and lower what you're paying mortgage and have some wiggle room.
Yeah.
There's no wiggle room in rent. You know, and I was telling somebody, most landlords don't ask you to leave. They just raise your rent. Yeah, because once you raise the rent, you out of it.
Yeah,
you know, they don't even have to say anything to you. It's just, you know, that's
no one cares about the rent raise. Mm-hmm. They tell you what they want. People call me. Are they supposed to do that? No. Does it help you? Absolutely not. People do what they want.
Yeah,
it's very, very. It's not even normal anymore. But that's why you need to own your own home.
Right, and you can't build no equity off of rent. So. That's it. And we're talking mansions because that's what I was in. But even if you're just doing a regular single family home and you're doing renovations on that, the more exotic, when I say exotic, materials that you just can't buy in Home Depot that you have to order from like a book and they ship from out of the country, right? Like the door's coming from where?
Israel.
Yeah.
But it's not even coming. The time to ship is like 2 months, 3 months, max 4 months.
And the biggest problem with that too,
it's the material to put together and to build the material or whatever. I don't know what they're doing over there.
But also the risk on these kind of things is if somebody damages oh, it's a nightmare. Whereas if somebody damages a regular door, you can just replace it with a regular door. So, you know, everything has a price, but then also it's the maintenance, right? Because to replace certain items, it's very difficult because it was difficult to get in the first place. Windows too. There's certain type of windows that are just exclusive the way it's built for just that house. So if a tree falls and cracks the window, or you're gonna be living with a boarded up window probably for a year or two because you have to special order that window.
So that's why if you're pre-making your window opening and you know that they're going to drill it open, make sure that you get a normal size, 36, 42, 72, whatever it is.
Yeah.
A normal size window, because if it's easy for them, it's going to make it so much harder for you.
Right.
In anything, whether it's a door, whether it's a window or a kitchen cabinet or appliances or whatever it is. So it's very, very important to be involved, but people think that if they hire someone and they pay them top dollar, they shouldn't be involved. Absolutely not.
Yep.
The smallest thing that I paid attention to, and no one would think about it, right? Because when you build a house, you put a basement. What do you put in the basement? All your laundry, all the mess. They say, oh, let the mess stay downstairs. Never. I put my laundry upstairs.
Right.
Because to have the dirty laundry travel throughout the house all the way down to the basement and then do it, and then fold it, and then bring it all the way up to each of the bedrooms for what?
But that's why you have kids. So anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Kids to take in and to throw it.
The dishwashers.
Sure. Or to not even to take it and to throw it. They just go like this.
Kids are dishwashers. They're sanitation workers in the house.
Yeah. Sanitation makers, maybe.
Yeah, I know. I wish it was that way, right? Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm not trying to trash anybody. No, but it's very, very frustrating when you live in a house, especially thank God full of kids. You want to ensure that you line up each and every room, utility, opening of any type of door or room to be the most efficient. So step number 3 after the architect, that's a designer. Okay, a designer.
The layout.
If you don't have money to hire a designer, because that's very expensive, you may want to find someone in the family or someone that you know and try to work with you and maybe not do the whole thing for you. You can do it on your own, like I did it. and I'm not going to use myself as so much of an example. Yes, I'm in the business, but when I did my house, I was so limited, and just my luck of all the times around, I had to build a house in Corona.
Right.
So I was
Right.
very limited with the material that I had. So you use what you can. With the little that you do, you put 2 and 2 together. After all, it's not such a big deal when you go with normal colors. If you're a yellow lover and a purple lover, then you may want to think about getting a designer, because
Now, did your husband have any say in any of this?
absolutely,
He could say, right, but you.
No, he does like the work together with them, so he
Oh,
knows
okay,
what would be
Yeah.
harder for them. Because you know what I wanted that he didn't do. For example, inside your showers you have the opening in the window for the
Right.
shampoo and stuff. They didn't do that for me.
Oh.
And why? Because he says no, the tiles, when you cut them around the opening, it's not going to be perfect. Because he's an extremist.
Got you.
He said, okay, if this is going to cost me now so much money to do that opening, I'm going to buy something for the shampoo.
I hope he's not watching. But anyway, go ahead.
So things like that are going to cost you, it's not a big deal. So next, so you're not going to have it. But like a double vanity, or like 2 bathrooms, or a spacious double stand-up shower. I'm kidding. You don't shower together.
Yeah, I was in one house where it was like a capsule. The shower was like a capsule. It was like, wow.
What do you mean?
And meaning like there's a glass door that opened in a circle. And it was like a circle shower. And I was like, wow, it was kind of like you see it like when you go to like a water park,
so it was,
and they have those tubes you go in
from mosaics, the little square ones.
Right. And then they had the jets that hit you all in the middle. It was really,
a little intense, no?
It is, but that's how. And guys, they ruined that house too. It's like how the bathroom was.
Oh, that too?
Yeah.
Pink?
No, it's one of the other videos I'll show you after the show. It's like I didn't get to, but it was a very nice bathroom. I was like, man, how do you? And it's not that old. I said, man, sometimes you just gotta pray, because I don't know what happened, but they ruined a great house. But it happens, it happens. And sometimes love is war, and the house is the consequence of the war. And I just couldn't, because this wasn't the first house that you guys see. That's an old house. This house that I'm talking about was in Far Rockaway, and some of the features were new. You could tell by the tile, you could tell by the style of the shower. I said, man. But before we go, there's this one bathroom, right? This one house that I had to inspect that I walked in, and it was just, there was no tub. You walk in, and there's a mirror, and there's a vanity, and then there's jets all along the wall where you could just take a shower, and the whole floor is the floor for the shower. Like where you could just even sit in a chair or whatever, and then you could they had settings like you have in a spa. So I was trying to see if I could rent a room for the weekend so I could use that shower. It was the best shower I've ever seen. I wish I kept the pictures so I could share it one day with you guys. But from now on, when I see all this brilliant stuff, I am going to record it. I share it on the Chris and Nina Real Estate Podcast. A lot of times we have mansions. We show stuff that when it's done, it's done. But it's just shocking to see the damages in so many different types of homes, so many different, this is not even areas that you don't want to live in. It's not like I'm in a place where it's hood, so to speak, or lower income. Some these are $1 million homes that it just amazes me how you would think that I was someplace where there's extreme poverty.
100%.
But we have to get okay.
Yes, go ahead.
No. Say goodbye to the people. Say goodbye to the people.
I'm kidding. Okay. So the unfortunate situation is that obviously people get to those positions. The upside is that there are people like us who will help you get out of your misery. Not all the time by selling. Okay, like I said, help is provided, especially during these times of life, where the government is not in such a great position. They offer you options. So whether you need to reach out to insurances, to banks, to your smaller banks for installments, for workouts, settlements, or whatnot, we're here to help. So once again, thank you so much for being here with us.
Yes, thank you so much.
We are always enjoying to be here, and definitely, God willing, see you next week.
That's
Have a
right.
good night.
Good night. God bless.